At what point do strats that are brave/risky but possibly correct become really difficult choices? For example, boss swapping is a really good example of that. It starts to get pretty nerve-wracking beyond 10 or so runs, you know? If I'm seeing Hexaghost and I'm eyeing the possibility of getting extra value out of my Act 1 by boss swapping, but what if Busted Crown, you know? What if Busted Crown? What my Brimstone 2024 win rate is? It's got to be very good. Yeah, it's got to be an 80-90%. Okay, I do like that we're being offered 100 gold here. That's always a nice solid bonus to start with. If we wanted to use it, though, we'd have to... Actually, no, we can go here. Let's see. What paths actually look good here? I got 2 late elites on this side, 3 rest sites with an elite here. That's juicy. Oh, my. Although, if I fight this elite, we could also go this way. There's a 4 elite path. Oh my, spicy. We can get back on green here. Options. You know, that would be something like that. How interesting. I think we'd want to do the fights before the events. Is there any reason to start over here? Really? So what I'm seeing is that we can take a couple of combats, get a couple of events, and then opt into a shop followed by an elite if we want to, or if we're not feeling that capable even with a shop, we can take another event, an upgrade, and another combat, then go to a shop, and then fight elites maybe later. There's also 2 elites here we could fight. Let's mark that in green as well. Oops. Very convoluted Act 1 path overall. Trying to think, do we ever take paths that are not highlighted currently? Dustbin Goblin, thanks for the 5 months of support. Just had an absolutely silly prismatic run on Ironclad. Perfected Strike, Recycle, and Whirlwind. Nice. Recycle on Clad seems like a great card. How would Mark of Pain improve if the wounds were added to your deck rather than at the start of combat? I'd say mostly that's worse, although there would be a couple of benefits for having the cards actually being in the deck. For example, Ceramic Fish would give you 9 gold per card, and the Eternal Feather would count the extra cards when calculating how much to heal you. It would mean you could draw the wounds on turn 1. Oh, and maybe if they're in your deck, then you could potentially also remove them, and that would be pretty sweet. If you could just dunk them from your deck and not have them at all, I think that'd be very cool. What would happen if you transformed them? How confident am I that this streak hits 20? I wouldn't say I'm that confident yet. There's a long way to go still. Not even halfway there. But I'm not too afraid, neither. This could be it. Is score a good indicator of how easy or hard a run was? Somewhat. You'd be surprised at how much score can vary just with a little bit of optimization by the player. If you're looking for score by picking up 4 of a kind or making sure that at some point during your run you get the combo bonus for playing 20 cards and the 99 damage bonus as well. That can really swing the score of a run. But for if you're not trying to deliberately increase your score, then yeah, it is a pretty decent indicator of how easy a run was, because the more elites that you beat without taking damage, the easier the run usually is. And a dad joke for the crowd, courtesy of T-Pope here. Did you hear about the bird cultist that got promoted within their religion? Now they're a cardinal. Honey Boy, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. And Rackbar, thanks for 13 months of support. Lauren Cates with a 7 months in the Tier 2 sub. Honey E Boy, grats on getting that 820 win. Well done, well done. Isrit with 6 months of subbing in advance. Thank you, thank you. Arkin Ike with the Prime sub in 3 months. And Faley says there is a Steam Spring Sale on, which means you can get a discount on Slay the Spire, FTL, Patrick's Parabox, Celeste, Dome Keeper, Spirit Island, and many, many other games that we played on stream. That's pretty cool. Congrats on getting the Minimalist Achievement, Duke of Lameness. Onomatopoeia asks, what did I think of Goblin Stone? I thought pretty highly of it. It seems like there's the potential for some pretty interesting gameplay. I like the initiative system quite a bit. But I feel like I want to dive a little bit deeper into it. So I think we will probably revisit Goblin Stone and make some more progress. Will I stream Hades 2 when it releases? Yes, for sure. For sure. And also shout out to our game vote this month. Each month, I let the community pick one new game for me to play live on stream. And now's your chance to vote for this month's game with that link there in chat. How's it going, Frost Prime? Good to see ya. Thanks for that good luck. Do we ever take either of the other options here from our starting bonus? Currently, I've kind of assumed that I'm taking 100 gold. As we are visiting an early shop, I love having gold as clad, because being able to buy a relic early on can make such a big difference, especially if that relic is brimstone. Scuba Squee with a dirty 31. Have you ever played the Stanley Parable? Oh yeah, we played the Stanley Parable, including the, what was it, the 10-year-old remaster? The enhanced edition, or whatever it was called, for Stanley Parable. We played that on stream, and I thought that was quite great. Is there a VOD of me playing it on YouTube? Yes, and we have a web page, I believe. Let's see if I can get the command correctly. We have a web page where you can see basically all of the games that I've ever played on stream. Yeah, there it is. All the games I've ever played on stream and links to the content. So if you go to that page, search for Stanley Parable, there should be a link to me playing the Stanley Parable. Huge shout out to, I believe, Faley and Olivia 5K for getting the games page working on the YouTube. Or getting the game page for the website working. It's really incredible to be able to have that directory for people. And Tom for the games page. Adonis Incarnate, thanks for the 59 months. Why did Stanley quit his office job to become a farmer? So he could finally own a pair of bull. Stanley's pair of bull. No refunds. Recursed, that's a great game. Part of what inspired us. Patrick's Parabox. Game within a game within a game. So, would I choose a curse for a rare card? I think we could. We might get it removed here or here. That said, sitting through potentially 3 or more fights with a curse in the deck doesn't go very well. If we get double combat in the question marks, for example, we could end up in 4 gremlins before we've removed the curse, and that could be disastrous. I think I'd much rather have 100 gold to start. Don't really like boss swap that much. We've got some pretty ambitious elite placement that I'd like to tackle. As well as Guardian at the end of the act. I'd rather have the healing per floor from the clad. So let's finally, here at the 10-minute mark, actually pick our bonus and get started. Do not love to see only 2 strike draws turn 1 against Cultists, but this could be worse. You can theoretically draw 4 Defends and Ascender's Bane, turn 1 against Cultist. If this happens, you are hosed. There's really nothing you can do about that. And the good news is the Cultist only has 50 health, which is, yeah, the very minimum. 50 to 56 is the range on this thing. That said, I might need to... Yeah, 3 strikes next turn won't kill, so I think I should play a strike now and just eat 6 damage. That way, 3 strikes next turn would kill. So we'll just take the 6. It's a consequence of our bad turn 1 draw. And then here we play double defend. Next turn, 2 strikes will kill. No problem. Not a bad first fight, but definitely not good. Would say these are generally not the floor 1 cards you want to see on Ironclad. Warcry, Flex, and Sentinel is a bit of an eclectic mix. Warcry is a bit of a do-nothing card. You draw 1, then you draw -1, so it's really a card that's about manipulation. Kind of like Prepared on the Silent. But at the very beginning of the game, you're looking to add cards to your deck that directly improve the starting deck and improve your output, and Warcry does not do any of that. Flex can amplify our strikes a little bit. I think Flex is a perfectly fine card for improving our offense. Sentinel is basically just a defend, so that'd be like adding another defend to the deck, which is not great. I'd rather have a Flex. Flex is fine. We are very likely to draw Flex with at least 1 attack currently, potentially 2. And if we pick up any strength scaling card, even a Heavy Blade, the Flex can go pretty well with that. I wouldn't say you're completely wrong for skipping here, but I really do like an early Flex pick in this position. Meta Kirby with the 9 months, no refunds. Thank you, thank you. Who is flexing? I think this is supposed to be the Ironclad. We've established that the Ironclad has a greenish skin on some other card arts. You can see a little bit on the neck there, too, the greenish tinge. Well, it's not a great turn 1 from this fight, but it could be worse. Okay, that wasn't too bad, actually. We'll take 8, heal 6, be down only 2. Get out of here. Do get a potion, although not a very good potion. And we're offered, of course, Dark Embrace. A very early Dark Embrace. I do not think this is a very good position to take that Dark Embrace. I think we should be taking either Sword Boomerang or Thunderclap here. Those are both attacks I generally avoid. But especially with the Flex, we ought to be taking one of them. Maybe I'm okay with a Thunderclap here. Threat Level Midnight, thanks for the Prime sub and the 14 months. Hey there, Lady. Life's good. Yeah, Sword Boomerang does slap with Flex, but so does Thunderclap, quite frankly. And Thunderclap will slap with Flex in the fights where the Boomerang specifically doesn't, like 4 Gremlins or 5 Slimes. I'm gonna grab a Thunderclap here, and so let me skip a Bash upgrade, potentially. And if we find a Cleave or something, it could actually turn out pretty good. Trade health for a Relic? Well, we've got this green path with lots of rest sites. I'm happy to click several times to try to get a Relic and then take the easier path. Or if we luck out and get a good Relic immediately, it could embolden us to take the red path. So let's click, I'd say at least 3 or 4 times here. When did I realize that I could stream as my job? It took a couple of years, I think. And it was a really good feeling when I was finally able to let the day job go. It was a really liberating moment for me. Yeah, it took a couple of years since I started streaming. When I got to maybe 300 viewers consistently, that's when I started to be able to pay my bills in a sort of consistent way. And now we're well past that point, which I am enduringly grateful for. All right, 3 clicks. That's, I think, 21 health. 5, 6, 7. No, that's 18 health. For an ice cream. Which can allow us to conserve energy from turn to turn. That can be quite a big deal. And means that energy-generating relics are very, very helpful. And then after we pay all that health, guess what? Cleric is here to heal us. Cleric, best healer. Have a good day. Well, that does make this red path a lot more appealing. Jam Scampy with the 9 months of support, 9 month sub for a 9 win streak. And Martin Scores Easy with a cozy 31. What was I doing before I started streaming full-time? I was a teacher, chemistry instructor, or like college level 101 chemistry labs Helped maintain a chemical stock room. The Thromborax, thanks for the Prime sub and the 3 months. Did you hear that the Greek god of death was fired from the shoe store for making customers uncomfortable? Turns out Thanatos is a fan of toes. Oof. Yeah, just an adjunct, exactly. Sort of adjunct instructor. Yeah, the adjunct life is brutal for a number of reasons. That's for sure. And I ultimately decided against trying to get further into academia. All right, do we take this red path? That is the question. So at the shop, we can buy a potion, potentially a damage potion, or a useful relic. We don't exactly have good, and attacks. I think that'd be my preferred thing to buy at the shop, is 2 decent attacks and a potion. But once we're committed to that elite as soon as we enter the shop. With the Dex potion alone, we're not very good at elite fighting. I also don't love being effectively forced into a second shop unless I go for more elites. Although I could go around this way. I mean, it misses 1 rest site, though. What about just the 2 elite path? We take our 1 relic here, we hit the shop, we do these 2 elites with 1 upgrade. That's kind of underwhelming. I'd rather have more elites or more upgrades, surely. Lagavulin with ice cream won't be too bad. Sentries, I don't think will be that bad. Sentries would hurt actually quite a bit. Sentries would be 30, 40 damage if we don't get some good stuff at the shop. Currently, Gremlin Knob doesn't look good. At least the Ice Cream can sort of smooth out the draw order there. If we draw 5 strikes in 1 turn, we can potentially afford to play them all. I do feel a bit more comfortable going green here. But what if we bop the elite, get the rest site, and then just go back onto the green path? Problem is that we get a wasted floor via the shop. I guess that's not the worst thing in the world. What's our worst case scenario against Knob? Really depends on what's in that shop, huh? And an elite plus a dead floor is just as good as your shop. I think I'm going to opt for this red elite. Let's do it. I should be able to get through this elite fight without too much problem, almost no matter what. And I do like what we're being offered here. Yeah, we got Fear Potion, Boomerang, Heavy Blade. There's also Vajra and Sling of Courage. Ooh, Sling of Courage. Giving us 2 strength in elite fights specifically. Actually, all of these relics are very good. 1 strength all the time, 2 strength in elite fights, or 1 energy on turn 1 with Ice Cream. All very nice. But I think if we want the elite fight to go well against Lagavulin or Gremlin Knob, we need this Fear Potion. How much does Toxic Egg influence my decision to take Apparitions? Quite a bit. Being able to save the Apparitions for another turn, even if you can't actually retain them in your hand, is a pretty big deal. Panic Button's a very strong card, that's true. We could do Fear Potion Panic Button. Although I think it's going to be Fear Potion Heavy Blade for me. And we could even remove a card. Although I don't want to remove a strike. I might want to remove a defend in this position. Although that feels a bit odd going into Guardian and feels a bit odd with the Dex Potion. And if I'm going to another shop, actually, I'd want to keep the money. So actually, I like Fear Potion Heavy Blade, as that keeps enough money that we could reasonably afford something decent. Is a relic too greedy? It might be. I think reasonably, if we're going to buy a relic, it really has to be the Sling of Courage, which could give us the leeway to go full red path here. But I'm not convinced about that. Can we afford Sling, Sword, Boomerang? Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, we can do Sling, Sword, Boomerang. That is probably correct, actually. Too short, yeah. Let me just double check that with the actual calculator. 158. 28. 186. Yeah, we are too short of Sling of Courage, Sword, Boomerang. So I think we can't do that. So I'd rather go Heavy Blade, Fear Potion then. As much as the Sling would be nice. We could buy the Blood Potion too, but I would have had to use it first, actually. And I can't buy the Remove either. I was 2 gold short as well. Although I could have if I bought Boomerang instead of Heavy Blade. Alright, it is the Sentries. This is probably one of the worst options here for what could have happened. We set ourselves up for success in the Knob and the Lagavulin fight. This one won't be all that good. At least the front one doesn't have too much health. I don't mind all this damage draws on one turn. Hopefully we can do Thunderclap, Strike, Strike to kill next turn, maybe using the Fear Pod or something. Happy to use the Dex Potion, but that requires me to draw a block card. Ooh. Alright, let's use the Dex Pot here. Could triple defend in full block, but I think I want to strike so that next turn I can Thunderclap, Strike, Strike, and finish. Do 8, then it'll have 12 left. So I can actually just do Strike, Strike, although we should play the Thunderclap. Vitally important that we deal as much damage as possible, as quickly as possible. It's also vitally important that we don't take 10 damage. So I think this is Defend, Strike, Strike. Skip the clap here. And then we'll work on the back one next, since it has the second least amount of health. But I do fully expect to go down to about 20 health here on the tail end of this fight. Ooh, nice draw at least. Maybe we can kill it with Bash next turn? Yeah. Good. Energy building up a little bit here. Definitely could have been worse. Although we still might take 10 here. Yeah. So yes, we do go down to exactly 20, actually. Very prescient of me. And we always kill next turn. Mostly just impressed I managed to call that exactly. Do I take a Shockwave or a Pummel Strike? Pummel Strike's actually pretty good. With the Ice Cream and the Bag of Marbles. Shockwave's better against Guardian, notably. Overall, I'm not unhappy with this outcome. I do think I don't get to go red path here. I think we would have had to have the Elite fight go better for that. I do like this Pummel Strike, with Flex especially. Question is, do I want to try to fight 2 more elites? Or do I want to just go the green path? I think maybe going the green path is best, because then I can upgrade Flex and Pummel Strike. We do know our next elite is not sentries. So our next elite should be easy-ish. I think that means we should maybe fight only 1 more elite. I don't think we can fight the Burning Elite here, and that Burning Elite could be Burning Sentries, since we have to go through another Elite first. In fact, it's 50% to be Burning Sentries. So let's not do that. Let's hit that second shop. We have enough money to remove a Strike, if nothing else. I'm going to upgrade the Flex first. Or I could buy a Battle Trance, which I'm probably going to do. Better than Purity and the other stuff. Yeah, Battle Trance makes the Flex even better. Love Battle Trance. It's free card draw. How could you turn it down? And we are going to go not this way. Or this way, probably. Although we can... There's no reason to opt into that. Yeah, we go this way. Get a Blood Vial. I actually like that since we're relatively low on health. 2 hit points per combat. Could potentially mean taking bites next act if we find an opportunity to. You're dead, Jawworm. You're wrecked. Nice draw. Hello, Shrieking Eels. There's that cleave I wanted, actually. Although I should probably take a True Grit for the Guardian. Yeah, let's take a True Grit so that we can beat Guardian. We can upgrade that as well. Lots of good upgrades here. The Battle Trance is a nice upgrade too. I'm going to upgrade the Pommel Strike first, as we get 1 more draw and 1 more damage. And I think maybe True Grit second. We also get 5 more max health, so the health is really actually in a comfortable place. Lone Wolf and Cub, thanks for the 22 months of support. Why does True Grit beat Guardian? Well, 1, it's a block card, which is very useful against this particular boss. And 2, because it exhausts another card, we can use it to get rid of our other attacks. And just get down to Battle Trance, our blocks, our Flex, and our Heavy Blade, and then kill the Guardian with that. Yeah, we essentially get to scale our deck by exhausting cards with the True Grit. And that's going to overcome the boss really effectively. I think with all this healing, I don't need to take the banana here. This would be the safe way to get out of Act 1. But I do think I get to take the 5 max health here. Nurkit, thanks for the 31 months in the Tier 1 sub. So we have 40 health going into Gremlin Knob here. Not a particularly good turn 1, but that's what Ice Cream is for. We get to save energy here. So I'll just play Thunderclap Strike. Since the Gremlin Knob is very much a test of damage output, I think I want to use the Strength Potion here. We don't know exactly what we're drawing. If we draw Flex Plus and Heavy Blade next turn with the Vulnerable, we probably don't even need the Strength Pot, but I'm going to use it here to secure our ability to kill Knob quickly. Important not to play Defend there. And I will play Battle Trance, because a good enough draw on this turn would result in the Knob's death. I don't think that's quite good enough. Let's see. 12 goes to 18. 18 by 4 does kill, right? Oh yeah, you're dead. And just like that, we get some more health. And some more health, going to 57, because the pair gives us plus 10. We're offered a Limit Break, but I only have a Flex. This is where Vajra would have been nice. Shrug and Pummel are pretty good too. Shrug is block and draw, definitely good against Guardian. Pummel hits a lot of times, good with Flex. I might be willing to take this Limit Break right away. It becomes amazing if we find any other strength source. The True Grit does make Limit Break Flex a lot easier to pull off. Pyramid would make it very free. Let's try it here. I can afford a bad card for the short term. I think that does make me want to upgrade the Battle Trance, though. Draw 1 more card. Therefore, we're more likely to get the Limit Break and the Flex together. Or the Flex along with whatever attack, right? This boss is initial damage check. You have to be able to deal 40 damage to prevent the big bonk on turn 2. And then once they curl up into defensive mode, it's sort of a block consistency check. Which with the Flex because of the upgrade on the Battle Trance there. Now I can clap and strike. Let's play True Grit to delete this strike. We want to get rid of the non-block cards. Although I could have saved that 1 energy. I'm going to be saving energy on these curl-up turns. When the Guardian's curled up, we take damage back for playing attacks, so we probably don't want to do that very often. So I could flex Bash here, extend the Vuln. I think I'd rather just keep banking energy for a bit. Alright, there's the Flex Limit Break. Now I can just play Thunderclap Heavy Blade and transform you. So I'll do that. Bonk. Now we have 4 strength for the rest of the fight. Take a bit of damage here, though. While they're playing these, let's play 1. Thankfully, we have lots of health, so it's not too much of a concern. Bonk. Might be able to just kill you outright. 21, 27. I'd have to take 12 damage. I don't think that's worth it. I will play the pummel here. Yeah. Now I can kill with Heavy Blade. So let's just defend Heavy Blade. Get the kill. We're through the fight. We still have both of our potions. We have a decent amount of money. We have a lot of health for Act 2. And we're being offered Barricade, Double Tap, Impervious. Double Tap's a little tempting with big attack cards like Heavy Blade, but I'm perfectly happy with an Impervious, I suppose. Wouldn't take a Barricade at the moment, as we're not generating excess block currently. Zoaxan. What do you call a defect who loves nature? A Treefect. Thank you so much for 3 months. And Spraxis with the Prime sub in the 11 months of support. So let's take Impervious, and Pyramid is here. Pyramid is glorious with Ice Cream, with the Flex, and the Limit Break, and all of the stuff. We're going to like that a lot. Give me a spot weakness next, hey? Not a terrible Coffee Dripper either. If we want 1 more energy per turn, the Dripper can do some really good stuff. But it's so hard to turn down Pyramid, especially with the Ice Cream enabling us to take advantage of really any other sort of energy generation. Sadly, the Lantern is gone, but we could still find Happy Flower and Nunchaku and stuff. I wouldn't call it a bad Astrolabe either, but I think I would have a hard time not taking a Pyramid here. Take the Pyramid. Pyramid does, however, somewhat struggle in early Act 2 fights. We are not guaranteed to have a free time here. Might also struggle in the elite fights of Act 2, which are oddly scattered amongst the map here. We take early elites, or we take no elites, pretty much. Maybe this path? Pyramid likes a lot of upgrades. We don't need to be so ambitious here. Is Pyramid really that good? Not on its own. Pyramid is something that one has to play around and build around in order to be able to properly utilize. But I love the consistency it offers, especially in the late game, for allowing you to make sure that your powerful conditional cards are drawn on the correct turns. Pyramid also benefits massively from card remove, so I'd love to hit 2 shops and remove 2 cards. Let's definitely go this way. Got a couple of good damage potions. This gives me encouragement that either our early combats or our first elite will not be too bad. For example, if the birds decide to ruin our day. I'm going to bank a little bit of energy here. So that we can hopefully play 4 attacks in 1 turn. Terrifying. Maybe I just play the Impervious, eh? And that's actually 18 plus 15. So I'm currently taking 3. but I don't want to spend the extra energy, so I'm just going to end turn here. Let's see how this goes. Do I use RNG fix? Yes, we are currently running RNG fix. Also, geez, Louise, these birds are angry. Angry, angry birds, potentially requiring a fire pot here. And get rid of 2 of them, it looks like. How much does Heavy Blade deal? 19. Okay. Yeah, let's kill 2 of them here with the fire pot. Ouch. And then 4 strikes on this turn. Could have played flex too, but I did not. I wanted to belittle that bird. I don't feel like Dark Embrace is good right now. We already have hand clog problems. Right now we need energy generating cards. Or powerful cards overall. I think Shockwave is okay. Boomerang is efficient for 1 energy and does fit nicely into this deck as well. I think I'd rather have the way to weaken enemies. Please give me something that makes energy or does something for free. Well, there's Second Wind. That kind of counts. Exhaust all non-attack cards in our hand. Gain block for each one. Very good with the more cards you have. Medical Kit can be kind of nice to help ensure that our hand doesn't get clogged, but who needs a Medical Kit when you have a Second Wind? Second Wind is what Medical Kit does, but way better, pretty much. And I'm going to dunk a strike here. Especially now that we have a Second Wind. We want to remove the attack cards. Not going to take an unupgraded True Grit at this time. Could have been worse, could have been worse. I'll allow it. Stinky avocado. Maybe want to do that on... Yeah, I should have saved Flex Limit Break, actually, so that I could use the Flex with the Heavy Blade. Foolish. Alright, let's just bank up energy here to try to kill it in 1 turn. If possible. And then does Thunderclap strike kill it? I believe so. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Get a Strength Potion. Havoc Plus and Warcry Plus are rather interesting. I rather like a Havoc Plus here. Play the top card of our draw pile for free and exhaust it. Come home, Spot Weakness. We miss you. Terroresh, thanks for the 13 months of support. We either remove another card or upgrade all of our strikes and defends. Short-term, upgrading the strikes and defends is a huge W, vastly improving our average block and damage draw. I like upgrade all in particular with the Pyramid because Hand Clog says that you have to play the starter cards in order to get them out of your hand, and if you're going to have to play them, you might as well play them for more. So let's take the upgrade 8 here. I think that's going to help quite a bit. Hopefully we don't immediately get vampires after that. Now we get apparitions, which are pretty good with Pyramid, I'm going to be really honest. And we have Bronze Automaton coming up. Oh my. Although Havoc in Apparitions is not so good. Second Wind in Apparitions is not so good. 90 Max Health in Apparitions is not so good. But it is tempting here. It's definitely tempting. Especially so with Ice Cream, because we can block a lot for 1 energy here. But it is a lot of HP to lose. I think I'd rather not. Especially the way we're headed, we might, would definitely be taking a Reaper if we find one. Smoked Gouda. Thanks for the Prime sub in the 8 months. Let's get that waffle. I will refuse you today, Council of Ghosts, but I'm not 100% sure of that choice. We're going to upgrade. Actually, most of the deck is already upgraded. That's a good sign. Let's upgrade our Limit Break. So maybe I should be upgrading the Heavy Blade first. Oh, we can take a Ritual Dagger, which permanently scales up each time we kill something with it. Dagger plus Pyramid is very strong. 50 gold for this shop is pretty good too, but I think the Dagger is spectacular. We can upgrade it very shortly, and then it'll be a very good late game card. Let's do that. Let's do that. And then into the triple slavers we go. Do I just strength pot right now? I think so. Strength pot so I can limit break. Then we're going to have it and see what happens. Yeah. Oh, exactly what I wanted to have happen there. Get destroyed, sir. Easy every time. Sometimes it just works. That was very low odds. That was entirely lucky. It was great. All right, we have our turn of not being weakened. Now is the chance to go on the offensive here. There's 28. Times. That was a very good fight. We score a Mercury Hourglass, which deals 3 damage to every enemy every turn, and perhaps better yet, a Fiend Fire, allowing us to exhaust our entire hand and deal damage based on the number of cards in our hand. With Runic Pyramid, a card like Fiend Fire is very potent. And there's the Happy Flower to go with our ice cream. You'll love to see it. 1 energy every 3 turns. Energy that we get to bank until we're ready to spend it. Perfect. All right, Ritual Dagger. Level up more with every kill. And then Fiend Fire is the next upgrade here. You also get a removal. I guess we should use Cleric's Remove over the one in the shop, because Cleric will not improve the cost of future removes. It's also cheaper than the one in the shop currently. So yeah, give me another Strike Remove. Yeah, give me another Strike Remove. Even though they're upgraded strikes, we want them gone here. Could maybe argue for Remove Bash kind of soon as well. Fiendfire does make the Havoc a little bit scary. We're going to have to be cautious about when we play. Yeah, it was the top card, by the way. Gonna have to be cautious about when we play certain cards. Does Fiendfire just kill you right now? You're at 47. This is 50. Yeah, it's just a kill. Is Zero Keys going into Act 3 a concern at all? It does mean we're going to get less out of Act 3 than normal, but I'm not that worried because of Pyramid, basically. Wait, don't kill it. I want Happy Flower on 2 here for the boss. Think I want an unupgraded pummel. That's kind of borderline. No. Okay, I do kind of feel bad about removing cards. Dark Embrace probably would have been better than the card remove from Cleric. Maybe should have turned down Cleric. That's okay. Does Spoon prevent slimes from exhausting ever? Yep, it sure does. Could take a Flex Pot or a Block Pot if we're worried about the short term here. How do we feel about Bronze Automaton? I'm pretty comfortable with 72 hit points here, but it doesn't hurt to have a little extra oomph. Especially the Flex Pot with the Limit Break is really strong. So, yeah, let's take the Flex Pot as a backup here, just to make sure we get through the next little bit. With Pyramid, as long as we beat our next boss, I'm really not too worried here. I'm going to upgrade the Heavy Blade just to make sure our damage is enough for the boss. We get to Flex Limit Break on turn 1. Probably means I don't need to use the Flex Potion. This Havoc is terrible. I have so many cards I cannot play randomly, like Dagger. Use the Dagger to kill the boss, although the Fiend Fire is going to make that hard. Okay, I can play all of the things that are in the draw pile, so let's go Thunderclap Havoc here. Get rid of the Defend, that's fine. Basically just want to draw back to the Limit Break as much as possible. Shockwave back now. I like that this enemy is holding our Impervious, because it means we can second win without consequence here. Bonk. Nice. So I think I can Thunderclap, Strike, Ritual Dagger to kill. We can also just Impervious and then block. I've already got Happy Flower set up, so if I can get the kill right now, I should. Let me just math it to be sure here. 139, we're going to deal 28 from Thunderclap. Plus 33 goes to, I believe, 51. Plus 47 times 1.5. 70, 148. Yeah, we're there. GG, nerd. What a fight. Do we want a Juggernaut? Probably not. Double tap is kind of interesting now with the Pyramid. I don't hate double tap, actually. Double tap Heavy Blade really slaps. And we can exhaust it with Second Wind. Good on the Dagger, too. Take that double tap. Now I'm going to swap the Fear Potion for the Regen Potion, keeping this Flex Potion to go with our Limit Break. Serious and Crazy, thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. And Hellpet, thanks for 16 months of support. Pretty easy Cursed Key for me here. We've got lots of ways to delete curses, even if I can't remove it. And the extra energy per turn is glorious. The downside on the Philosopher's Stone is more substantial, giving extra strength to enemies, whereas this is probably just one curse. So I'd rather take the Cursed Key. Pandora's box would transform our upgraded strikes into fens. I don't think that's actually a good idea. Especially not when we could take energy instead. So I'm definitely going to take the cursed key. True that we could get a pretty nasty curse, like normality, and I'm not allowed to choose my path here in Act 3, which means we don't get to go to a shop and remove the curse. In fact, we have to fight the Burning Elite with that curse, and that definitely could backfire. There's no reason to go to a shop right away. Let's just start here and then decide which of these ways to go. Yeah, we could get a removal at the question mark, but it's very unlikely in Act 3 to get a question mark removal. Do upgraded cards transform into other upgraded cards? No. No, when you transform an upgraded card, you get an unupgraded card, unless you had an egg relic that corresponds to the transformed card that you received. Unfortunately. Three Darklings are pretty big jerks here. In order for the Ritual Dagger to scale, we have to finish the fight with it. Now I'm going to take a bunch of damage. I'm going to risk it with Havoc here. Or I could lose the scaling to prevent a bunch of damage. I don't hate that idea. Get 5 more damage permanently? I really want it. Let's take the hits and use the regen pot. Should be in control of this fight pretty soon. You as well, that we can finish the job next turn, except I don't want to because of the regen pot. So wait a minute. Don't do that. Bonjour, Valor Desert Fox. How's life? Now they're all in on it. How dare they? Now we have all the regen. Time to put these slimes to bed. Although, let's wait one more turn for Happy Flower here. Might as well. There we are. Okay, now we can get a real Dark Embrace. There's also Burning Pact here, but I strongly prefer Dark Embrace. Whenever a card is exhausted, we'll draw one card, which helps us ensure that the hand is basically always full. That's exactly what we want here. Like that. Turns Fiend Fire into a much better card overall. We just do Shockwave. Strike, Ritual Dagger. Cool. Wave Plus is okay. How's it going, Serious and Crazy? Welcome. You've been a serious YouTube binger. Finally catching a stream. Yesterday, you beat A20 Clad with a Black Star boss swap. Didn't find a block card till floor 28. Nicely done. All aggro all the time. I like that. Rava Roo with the 27 months. Why didn't the Ironclad take a boss relic? He thought the options were Pyrrha mid. And good time. Thanks for the 6 months in the Prime sub. Thank you, thank you. Also, if I missed it, Hellpat with 16 months, so high. Warcry with Dark Embrace is just kind of awkward, although it can separate Fiendfire from Ritual Dagger, which we're actually having a serious problem with, so I am going to take a Warcry here. So that we can properly separate our cards. Excuse you all. BT Wayside with the 7 months. Bonk. Probably shouldn't have deleted all of my block at the same time there. Embarrassing. Ow. But my face, though. Alright, we still have a few block cards left, and we can limit break our way to victory now. I'm sure we'll be fine. Get rid of one of them immediately here. All good. But I'll wait for Happy Flower at least. We can at least do that. Brute Juice. We're offered Burning Pact, Second Wind, Heavy Blade. I like a Burning Pact here to further get us down to just a select few cards that we can play over and over again. Let's go to one event. Falling Event. Limit Break, Dark Embrace, or Ritual Dagger? What? Unacceptable. This might be the worst Falling Event I've ever seen. Terrible. Truly terrible. Our core draw engine, our core scaling damage card, or our other core scaling damage card. Terrible. We actually lose the Dark Embrace here? Why couldn't I be losing Fiendfire? I'm actually thinking about losing Dagger here. If we get rid of Dagger, then we just have a Fiendfire, Dark Embrace, Limit Break cycling engine, which is perfectly fine, actually. As much as I like this Dagger for our late game, I'm going to lose the Dagger. I'm unwilling to lose either the Dark Embrace or the Limit Break, as those are our boss answers, ultimately. Alright, well, I'll take another event after that embarrassment. I no longer scale per fight either. And I see I owe the chat a dad joke for Carson Rigg. Havoc's a bit safer now. What do you call a boss relic that gets the Ironclad drunk? The Runic Pyramid. Tasty. Boo this man. Jokes aren't funny enough. Or funny at all, really. Mysteriously so, in fact. Order. I think we're actually going to enjoy the deck a fair bit more without having to worry about the dagger. Not too concerned. It's a little tempting. Can Warcry Havoc the Fiendfire? We can do some stuff with that. We could even use the Battle Trance to reactivate Warcry, basically. Get some good stuff done. Reptomancer. How's it going, Repto? Is this a flex potion sort of scenario? I don't think so. Although, what if I could just kill you turn 1? 22 damage per card. Pretty sure if I flex pot, you're just dead turn 1. Let's go ahead and do that. Don't like this fight very much. Bye. Sundial. Okay, losing dagger was really the correct pick. Sundial. We've already got a Pummel Strike plus. We have True Grit with Dark Embrace. That's not actually infinite, unless it can generate cards. Uppercut looks okay, though. Good to have an artifact busting card. Sundial definitely does big things here with Pyramid. So does Gambler's Brew, mind you. We do have to open this chest, get a curse. That curse is Writhe. That's not too bad. Means we have one of our opening cards is a curse. Not so bad. Our first opponent is Giant Head. I think this deck absolutely destroys Giant Head. Or not first elite. We already fought Repto. Our second elite is Giant Head. Ignore me. Does double tap work with Pommel for a Sundial Infinite? Yes, actually, it totally does. Yes, it does. Yeah, I killed Repto so quickly I forgot they were even here. It's true. Get bonked. Goodbye. Get a shovel. We can now dig for relics at rest sites. Rather have another option. I'm slightly tempted by Wild Strike, but I'm sure we won't need it. Just so that we have a way to generate a card. These two jerks are pretty scary, but they'll reward us with a rare relic if we can kill them, and I think we can kill them. Especially with the Gambler's Brew. Might cost us some health, but we have health to spare at the moment. YOLO. Oh, free Dark Embrace. You love to see it. Okay, next turn with the stuff. This is good. This is good. Burn. Double. Now we're at full health. Amazing. We get a turnip, making us immune to frail. Good against heart, at least. And a Shrug Plus completes the Sundial loop. Shrug Plus, Pommel Strike Plus, Runic Pyramid, and Sundial should beat the heart. Because we can just loop those two cards over and over again. That'll be block positive. And we get infinite energy for infinite card plays. Awesome. Very awesome. All we have to do is get past a +4 strength Nemesis. Which is only slightly yikes. Didn't we have a Ritual Dagger? Yes, we had to part ways with the Ritual Dagger. Unfortunately. Our glorious partnership came to an end. We sacrificed it. Ironically enough. Got him. Lizard Tail, rewarded for not taking apparitions. If we would die, heal to half health once. And a disarm to shut down the hearts. Perfect. Okay, this is a secure run now. I don't think it was until the Lizard Tail that I'm pretty confident in saying we got it from here, but I think we're in great shape now. We do have to get through another couple fights. Just one more encounter with the Maw here. Not too bad. I guess we just bank everything. There's no reason to play Havoc. I'm immune to your stupid frail. Thanks to my root vegetable. Deck draws a lot of cards. Well, I messed up my sundial there. That was kind of silly. Basically, the goal in each fight is to delete all of the cards that aren't Shrug, Pummel, and maybe the Limit Break. But the faster we can get rid of those cards, the better. Then we can start to use the sundial to make lots of energy. Cunt with the 29 months in the Prime sub. It's that time of the month where you say, happy birthday. And I tell you, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's not it, man. Cards, who needs them? The fewer cards we have, the better. Tej, thank you so much for the very generous 5 gifted subs. Welcome, welcome, one and all, to the Cozy Sub Club. Uh-oh, can we beat Transient? This looks painful. Nope. This enemy requires constant damage output, or they will bonk your face. Here's our face is being bonked. Gonna do Pummel Strike Fiendfire here. Got some cards. We might actually be able to kill this enemy. Although, is that wise? Get rid of all my stuff. Doesn't matter. You weak. Dupper. Embrace being on the bottom was definitely a bit awkward on this turn. On this fight. I'm just gonna block a lot. It's the final turn, so as much damage as possible would be really welcome here. We actually did not draw into double tap or pummel or shrug. Kind of spooky. Can't deal 100 damage here. Do I use the dupe pot to lessen the damage here? Maybe. Dohavelin, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. We can just buy another potion, right? I'm pretty happy to dupe pot here. Although, what am I duping? The Heavy Blade? Kind of an embarrassing dupe. But I think it is arguably best here. Let's dupe the Heavy Blade. It's not too bad. Should be enough health for the bosses. Oh, and we get the dupe pot back. Yeah, that was certainly worth it. Certainly worth it. Now we can upgrade either the Disarm or maybe the Impervious or the Shockwave. With Uppercut, we don't need to upgrade the Shockwave. Let's upgrade the Disarm for one more strength reduction against the Awakened one. Or we could dig. J-Mac, thanks so much for the Tier 1 sub. Welcome to the Cozy Sub Club. Digging is an option. Give that a shot. Double tap upgrade's pretty good, too. Calipers. Are calipers good here? They certainly could be. They certainly could be. Get bonked. We can just Fiend Fire the other one, probably. Ow. And the aggro turn 2. Spicy. Oh. I'm gonna Gambler's Brew. This is really bad. Do I gamble the Dark Embrace? No, don't gamble the Dark Embrace, but gamble the other stuff. Okay, that's a bit better. I'm gonna Dark Embrace, then I'm gonna Havoc. Good. Great news. Excellent news. Okay, not bad. It was a potent potion to lose, the Gambler's Brew, but well worth it here. Well worth it. We just want to delete all of the cards. All of the cards, I believe. We still have Burning Pact. Good. A Squirtle, thanks for the 100 bits. Choo Choo, all aboard the hype train. Rip Nader with the Tier 2 sub for 6 months in advance. Thank you for that very generous support. And thank you for the incredibly generous 10 months, or rather 10 gifted subs to one and all here. Thank you, thank you. Also do Havoc shenanigans here. Right. 100 strength. $200 strength. 400 strength. 800 strength. Destroyed. Alright, we still have 48 health and a Lizard Tail and a Dupe Pot. Should be pretty easy to get out of this boss fight without too much trouble. At least that's the hope. Do I disarm Deca for a little bit of damage reduction here? I guess I will. Might take a bit of damage on this turn. At least uppercut to weaken Donu. Let's double tap it, make it last a while. Health is suffering, but we're almost there. We have Dark Embrace, we have Impervious down. Do I need any of these cards? Burning Pact, maybe? I don't need Burning Pact. Attack. Eesh, thank you so much for the 600 bits of support. Much love to you. I've gotten rid of Truget there, actually. It's alright. Even if we get the Sundial energy on the off turn, because we have Ice Cream, we get to keep it. So it doesn't matter if our Sundial timing is odd, thankfully. To have gotten hit here, but I don't think it matters. Probably going to rest at the final fire. Next act. I do want to set up Happy Flower for Act 4 here. Getting the energy on turn 1 could make a fair bit of a difference. Setting up Sundial to 2 is advisable as well. Actually do that. Yes, there we go. Okay. Calipers were good here. Two thump, two thump, two thump. A deep pulsing dread can be felt throughout the room. Is this the heart of the spire, the source of this evil? You ready your Dark Embrace, dealing 2303. A good year. And yeah, we're definitely missing enough health that I think resting beats digging or any upgrade we could do with this fire. We want to be at full HP. We have no relics that are going to heal us. Let's rest. Let us rest. Brimstone is here. How quaint. There's also Dex Potion, another Dupe Pot, another Dark Embrace. Certainly do not want a Brimstone here. We already have a win con, basically a way to win that it does not involve giving the enemy's strength, rather. I do want the second Dark Embrace. I do want to remove the Writhe. And I do want another potion. Probably a second Dupe Pot is pretty fine. Although the Dexterity Potion could be okay. But yeah, Dupe Pot goes on Limit Break, or can do something like double Fiend Fire in the Elite Fight. I think a second Dupe Pot is excellent. And I could buy Warcry if I wanted to, which I don't. Never did get a Feel No Pain or anything like that, so we could be taking a lot of damage very quickly in the Heart Fight. Although I'm not too worried about that. Not exactly a great turn 1 here in Shield and Spear. We get mostly starter cards, a useless Limit Break, and a useless Double Tap here. We play Double Defend, definitely. Could dupe a Disarm and slightly reduce the damage, but I don't think that's worth it. Could play at least one of these strikes as well, so that I can draw one more card next turn. And next turn Limit Break will double our strength from -1 to -2. Perfect. Ow. Won't hurt me too much. Okay, no Dark Embrace in play, huh? Can I kill you? Mr. Spear. Man, with even -1 strength, Heavy Blade does 9 damage. It's so sad. It's too heavy, man. It's too heavy. Let's see. Fiendfire would be 13 damage per card, right, after vulnerable. So we can do 12 plus 13 times 8. He is 116. Not even close to enough. Can't double tap the Fiendfire. Well, shoot. I don't think there's any way I can kill the spear, but I can kill the shield. We can also double tap, uppercut, and disarm the spear to significantly reduce the damage this turn. Is that better than outright killing the shield this turn, though? I'm not sure. Yeah, that would be possible, Wakarana. Not easy by any stretch of the imagination, but possible. Extremely hard on Ironclad, where your only option is to get Combust or Juggernaut from Niao, basically. It really has to be Juggernaut. Do we check what the Warcry has on top of the deck first? That might be wise here. Although if I play Warcry, it means the Fiendfire line is not going to work out so well. But yeah, I'm willing here. Thunderclap to remove the artifact is okay. A strike on top. So I'm going to go Thunderclap, uppercut, disarm. Take 6x4. I'm worried about next turn. I'm going to get 5 more draws here. Although most of them are going to be really good. Yeah, most of them are going to be really good. Well, actually only 4, right? I almost think I'd rather kill shield. Just take the damage up front. Can I still do that, though, is the question. Probably not. Alright, we'll go mitigation line. That's fine. Uppercut, disarm, Fiendfire. We Thunderclap first. Thunderclap, uppercut, disarm. Yeah, because then you don't get weak. Then Fiendfire. Alright. How do I deal with 57? Don't, I see. We could do Shockwave second win. That's pretty good. I lose this Dark Embrace, but there's another one coming, and I have more energy next turn. That's about as much damage as just tanking the 10x4 last turn. Sure, I approve. Next turn could be tough again. No, it's buff time, right? No, it's already 7x4 time. Will hack. So I gotta turn back around then, yeah? Double hack. Am I okay if I havoc either of the important cards? I don't think so. Now we can play havoc, right? Although we could second wind. No. No, I can't. Okay, now we can second wind. Get rid of some more cards, and I think we're there now. Could be our solve. This is basically what we have to do in the heart fight as well. Just exhaust down to shrug and pummel. And then we're good. Having only 41 health is definitely spooky here. However, we do have a lizard tail. This should make life quite a bit easier. Yeah, and 2 dupe pots should make life a bit easier as well. Also going to wait for Happy Flower here. I think that's quite prudent. Let me stop lowering my strength. Blue Candle doesn't exactly help that much. Does Metallicize or Reckless Charge? I would say no. Well, Metallicize could maybe help keep us alive. I think having an extra card in the deck is no good. Although I do like it with Dupe Pot, actually. No, I don't think we need it. Less cards, not more. Onwards and upwards. We're fighting the heart with 49 health. It's a little questionable. Okay, that looks like a good start. I'm going to go ahead and dupe pot our Dark Embrace here, so we can draw lots and lots of cards very quickly. And then I'm not going to play anything else, although we could also dupe Impervious, go to 45 block. Go to 60 block, then go to 45 block. If we do it next turn, we're going to be... No, we're immune to Frail. No, don't bother. We're immune to Frail. Multi-hit first. Okay, looking good here. I can probably just second win that Dark Embrace. can also dupe this Impervious now. Then we have lots of block for next turn. If I can get to the disarm, I won't need to block now. Definitely don't delete Shrug. Alright, delete all these cards. Anything that's not Shrug or Pummel Strike can go. That's a pretty good Fiendfire hand, but I'm going to play the Shockwave. Now I Fiendfire. Right, we don't have Shrug or Pummel here. And now we Sundial. Now we Second Wind. Now we Second Wind. So this should be our winning situation here. We have the Shrug, we have the Pummel. Starting next turn, we're there. Six Gang, rise up. We can now generate basically unlimited block and unlimited damage each turn. And this fight is won. Might take a little while, but It's perfectly secure. Do I think this deck could have won without Infinite? Yes. Without the Infinite plan, what this deck does is, instead of looping an unlimited number of times, we play Flex Limit Break, and then we loop Limit Break. So we go to, just like we did in the Awaken one fight, we go to 100 Strength, 200 Strength, 400 Strength, 800 Strength, and then we kill our foes in one hit. I guess against Heart we could stop at 200, probably. The Wake says, just want to point out how well played the beginning of this run was, getting offered a bunch of medium cards and tough floors, and making the best of all of them. Yeah, going to 20 health against sentries, no attack card on the first combat. That was pretty tough. But Pyramid definitely helped us transform the deck going into Act 2. And once we got the Sundial, it was history. And a dad joke for the crowd, courtesy of Chunt. Brand of card is the Ironclad drive. A Chevy blade. No refunds. My win rate with Pyramid, I think it's closer to 90%. I do lose with Pyramid sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. It struck. Did I start the stream early today? No, daylight savings has changed. The US. Other parts of the world might be a week or two behind in changing the clock, or some parts might not even change it at all. So depending on where you are, I will either resynchronize with you soon or never. Never. Yeah, we're in half a year, maybe. Right, half a year. Do I mind briefly explaining how Pummel plus another card draw interaction works with Sundial? You really don't understand how to do it on your runs. So Sundial has a couple of rules that it follows, basically. Each time you shuffle the discard pile back into the draw pile, it increments by 1. But if you're overdrawing when that happens, then some oddities occur. So if you have no cards in the discard pile when you play a draw card, then Sundial won't do anything. You have to have cards in the discard pile first. So there's got to be a 1 here. If we only draw 1 card, then Sundial increments by 1, which is all well and dandy. But if we draw more than 1 card, then something weird happens, which is that Sundial puts the top card, or rather the draw puts the top card of the discard pile onto the draw pile, and that counts as 1 shuffle. That's our first draw of draw 2. Then the game tries to draw again, and that counts as another Sundial activation. So if I draw 2 here with Pommel Strike, I get 1, then 2 Sundials. Note it went to 2, then to 0. And if I Burning Pact here, we'll draw 2, and then Dark Embrace draws 1. Is this going to be 3? Yes, that is actually 3 with the Burning Pact in that situation. 1, 2 for overdrawing with only 1 card in the discard pile. And then the Burning Pack goes back to the discard pile. Dark Embrace draws 1. We draw 1 more. That's another Sundial proc. It was actually 4? Oh, yeah, because we have 2 Dark Embraces, right. So it's another overdraw, so it's another 2. So we got 4 there, yes. 2 plus 2. Cool, actually. But then note, the first card I played with having 0 cards in the discard pile didn't increment the Sundial. A weird time. Bonk. If you enjoyed that video, watch this one next, and don't forget to follow on Twitch to watch the content live. Click the link in the description below.